Morning, everyone, and I'm your college counselor. I welcome you all to 226 meeting of Kolkata Toastmasters. Before starting the meeting, I would like to mention the download service in the meeting. Please put your mobile phone on silent. People who are attending online, please put your cell phone mute if you are not speaking and turn off your speakers in your phone. At Toastmasters, we don't talk about text, media, and quality. So avoid using this song. We have drinking water and bottles listed on the website. Please avoid using it when someone is speaking. For the betterment of self-evaluation, this meeting is being recorded and will be uploaded on YouTube. So please use this part of stage to cover the camera. Now I will request all of you to raise your right hand and repeat your permission after me. We provide supportive and positive learning experience. These members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence. Thank you, everyone. I will hand over the mic to presiding officer, PM Gaurav. Namaste, good morning to all of you. Good morning, Toastmasters and fellow guests. Welcome to the 276th meeting for Vadodara Toastmasters. Before every meeting, I just think what I should speak on that particular day. So I just try to recollect whether I should give some speech on some motivational story or something like that. So since few days I was thinking what should I give, because I've been giving motivational stories and other things too. But I was thinking what should be the actual thing or model of story that is present. So the best thing what I thought is right here. So as I am on here, most of you be watching their favorite things or favorite channels. So if I just try to remember some regular things which they have already fought. So if you see with Rohit Sharma, you will never see aggression. Like he is like always thinking. I can relate him as a thinker. Not showing his aggression or he cannot come in him as Captain Cool also. He is a thinker, logical thinker. Then when it comes to Virat Kohli, lot of aggression. But you will see him something of his chest, something of his clothes, and like he will be showing his madness when he reaches or and even your teams also reaches his mind. So when it comes to my favorite captain, Captain Cool, most of them come Rohit as captain. He's very calm and composed. It's not like Rohit, not like that, but still he is one of the captain when it comes successful in IPL or in IPL. I think in one of the interviews asked, how can you remain so calm and composed on field? The one thing which he told, which I also recollect, I was very calm. When on field, he does not think of the result. Result is if you think that if you're going to win or lose, and if you try to change your plans or thing according to the thinking of the result, then that brings stress. What he told that he does not think about the result, but his expectation from the playing level is that they should give 100% when they are on field. So in our life, like in our professional life or in any field which we are in, we always like when it comes to me, like I'm manager in one of the engineering firms. So deadlines are one of the things which like it may be case with everyone, like there is always deadline. So if we think of the team and inform them about always the deadline, not only the team comes with also being spread. So instead of telling them the deadline, if we start motivating them or encouraging them about the team, what they are good in, and try to not concentrate on the end dates or end deadlines, but try asking them to do their best to achieve the thing. In then that will not only motivate the team, but enhance the performance in such a way that you finish the task well before deadline. That is what I have observed. I have practiced, and I think it has made me successful also in business. So I urge all of you also, maybe if you are in a position where you are leading a team or reporting to you, don't stress on them. Instead stress on their ability, how they can use their ability or their power to achieve the result which is desired by you. With that, I will keep the meeting open, but before we move to the main agenda, or I hand over the PM. Before the introduction of guests, we have sorry. Yeah, I welcome her on stage to
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. This is another one of my favorite topics. I always thanks to thanks to presiding officer. It's so nice. This is just only a continent and the room filled with eager Toastmasters. Do we have any guests here? Yes. Oh, yes, they all are guests. Okay. So I'll continue with the story that you've been hearing from him. You know, it's not about deadline. That's the deadlines are required. So I'm here to meet a friend. And I do have a deadline of only 4 days. But yes, we will talk about that. So deadline should be there and you should be planning. Now, I am a brand ambassador of Toastmasters and I always do that. Now, about motivating the team. We have been having this hybrid mode of working. We don't see each other. As a team, I have not been seeing them for the last years. So I insist on having Zoom or a Teams meeting with the videos because it matters. Yes, the communication that you do without speaking is also part of what you're doing here. In Toastmasters, this is about expressing all kinds of expressions. Yeah, and I'm sure each and every one of us should have a deadline to achieve certain things. So why deadline shouldn't be the aim of your life? They are necessary. And of course, you should not be mentioning them because they only stress you out. You mentioned. But you should be marrying them with your plan of action. And day in, day out, we always keep on working towards improving ourselves because I believe we are all leaders because we lead our lives. Those masters only helps you to become that leader. Lead your life. It's a very benevolent organization, a federation where we have peer-to-peer learning. With that, I hope you'll enjoy these 2 hours of peer-to-peer learning. Your individual leadership. Back to the study.
Thank you so much for your attention. So we will move to guest before just like it had my story that like we should not completely do it. Also, Yogi Sharma thinking about always speaking like Virat Kohli also like show aggression when it is required, not to speak and confuse. So with that, I will like to have guests to tell themselves here. Come to the stage and just give you a brief introduction.
I am not doing my yoga. Hello everyone, I'm Megha Sandhane. working in L&T. I have 12 plus years of experience with L&T. To join Toastmaster is to enhance my skill at professional as well as personal level. I would like to join as soon as possible.
Hello everyone, I am Disha and I'm a teacher. So I've done my MSc in mathematics from NNS itself, and right now I'm running two institutes, for educational institutes by my own, and I have around 15 plus employees under me. So in my day-to-day life, I'm dealing with them, and I just want to learn something new from this place so that I can make them more comfortable with me because they are like kind of not so friendly with me right now. I don't know why. I don't have occurred to say it. I would say it, but still they are not comfortable. So I'm going to learn that from this place, that how to make everyone comfortable and create a friendly environment at my institute. Thank you so much.
Doing Samadushi, and I'm leading HR for one of the unicorn logistic startup of India, and I'm in very vertical stage. I have 14 years of work ex, where I work with almost all the sectors, automobile, pharmaceutical, chemical. Currently, just moved to Baroda. I was moving multiple states. I was in Jaipur, I was in Pune, I was in Ahmedabad. I just came to Baroda. I heard about Toastmaster, and this is a location BMA where I have started my career as an insurance agent around 15 years back. So to see this place again after 15 years, that's great for me. Joining for this particular institution, or let's say as a guest, I'm starting my joining from today. To enhance my skill, we have multiple people getting prepared for different topics, right? Now they are expert in that particular thing. So just wanted to hear from their expertise and wanted to enhance my skill, my knowledge, which I can deliver to the industry for the rest. So that's all.
Morning, friends. Myself, Ashish. I'm working in Hitachi Energy as a continuous improvement, and I have around 14 plus years of experience. So basically, on the academic side, I did my engineering from EGC, which is Vishwakarma Government Engineering College, and then I did my operation management from IIM Kozhikode. I'm here in Baroda from last 4 years, and to join Toastmasters, like earlier, I have in Corona time, I have attended one of the Zoom meeting for Surat chapter, but then I thought, and by help of Mega and Nikhil, I thought let's start again. So my core purpose is to just enhance my skill and just to, if you can see me, then remove my stage fear and like I can give a confident speech. So that is my core again interest for this session. Yes.
Hey everyone, good morning. I'm Yasha Singh Chauhan and I'm pursuing my bachelor's degree in engineering from MSc in Mentorship. I joined the Toastmaster Club, which is in MSc. And I'm here to learn from the experienced person than me, like the fluency and communication skills and how hand movements and other things.
Thank you, guest, for your introduction. Now we move to the book of the week for today, presented by TM. Please welcome him.
Thank you, Mr. President. If somebody is playing a flute and if you start licking lemon in front of him, you will realize that in some time that person cannot play the flute because the water will start coming into his mouth. If you see that the turtles turtles, they come, the mother turtle, and they lay eggs into the sand, and she goes away into the sea. The when turtles baby they come out, they don't know where to go. They are first time in the earth. Still, they start running towards the sea because all these things are genetically designed into the body of themselves. And same way, we are also genetically designed. So there are certain genetical traits that we have, and that traits, if we start knowing about those traits, we can be a little bit, we can start understanding other humans' behavior better, and that way we can also become a better leaders. So I came across one book named Chimpanzee Politics. Of course, politics is not required to be spoken over here, but this is not human politics. This is chimpanzee politics. And chimpanzees' DNA are 99% same as human DNA. So if we know something about these chimpanzees, how they behave, how they correlate with each other, how they cooperate with each other, and who becomes alpha male. Who alpha male means not that who is a big body and who can control on others, but there are certain traits that alpha male develop, and that way he can take control of his entire herd, entire pride. So when Nikki mentioned about that how to make everybody comfortable under you, I think this book would give a better idea about which are the traits that a leader can have so that people will start helping them, because here there are no rules. The alpha male becomes because of his ability, because of his quality, and people choose him to be a leader of the group. In humans, we have rules. Somebody is promoted to manager position or like that. Then only he becomes manager. But if we start understanding the basic behavior of human beings, then this book will help you understand about how you can correlate with your. If you see a group of chimpanzees, you think that there are certain monkeys and they are not doing anything. So it's a simple one. But if you try to understand, so this book is written by one person named Francis Deval. He is a, I think, animal psychologist, and he starts learning about chimpanzees' behavior, and he studies them. So there are many traits. He says that the children's chimpanzee, they starts learning from the male chimpanzee how to eat, how to use the tools and all that. So these are very similar. So these are a few pictures also. Yeah, you can go further. And this is the last picture that I'm showing over here. There are many pictorial things also in the book, and it says that there is a baby monkey screaming because he is begging for the berries that was taken away by some another chimpanzees. Very similar traits of children, human children's like that. That way, the book explains more about leadership behavior, and we can learn many things about it. One last thing I want to say that the being Toastmaster, we are developing those traits that makes us a good leader, and that is what also endorsed by this book. So I recommend that. Okay.
I would request PM Hiren to be on the stage for a while. So last week we celebrated the 275th meeting. Like we had TM Gitanjali and TM Kirit, but we did miss TM Hiren. So we would like to felicitate him. I would like to call TM Ravi. That's all. This is for like Toastmasters who have been there in VTM.
Being an old Toastmaster.
Not being an old, but being a Toastmaster who is motivating. Okay, now before taking the stage too much, I will like to hand it over to TMOD with an interesting theme for today, that is Namaste. So please put your hands together and welcome TMOD of the TM meeting. different things. Before that, I hope everybody was simultaneous. And they, one of the most important moves is one. So, somebody- why? But then I'm going to tell you a true story of Mr. Raghu. Mr. Raghu, in 1996, he was working in ice cream factory in Mumbai. In that factory, time was around 25,000. There is no other thing. In the factory, they live in Harvard. Whatever Raghu was in the factory, I could see something very interesting and exciting. You know, he was at door. It was easy to hear his voice. He was thinking like, I am going to, survive in this particular living context because if I need to stay entire next, I am going to see tomorrow. He was losing his head that I want to die. After hour or two, someone just opened the and that Rashma, you could surprise like I don't know that I'm inside this room, right? And at that time, that was a security guard. He was like, you know, every morning, and all the ambulances and the people they are coming to practice and then back to the home. Nobody wants to see. You are the only who do namaste in the morning, namaste in the evening, and you don't see it the evening and not must be in the practice. That's why I was trying to found this story. So I hope you can get the importance of namaste. Now, you might have more knowledge about Namaste, you can also share. It has been started right? And we need to aspect of Namaste, and that is what I would like to I know this Nazara.
divine power is there inside us. There is a spirit which is there and we need to respect that spirit. Okay, it's a similar way. Someone do namaste, someone do namaste to Baba. It reminds us that the same divine power, the same spirit which is there in the body, it reminds us. Namaste will remind us that okay, that divine power that is there in me. Is so powerful. Position of with just one thing. The namaste and maybe think this is similar one. Meaning is this. Grammar divine. Now, yeah, I have a purpose. I request all the members, those who come at least today, instead of handshaking, let's do this practice to respect the divine soul by namaste and to activate our own heart chakra. Right? Okay, over to this.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nikhil. Hello, everyone. I'm Durgesh, and I'm playing the role of timer today. As a timer, I time table topic speakers, prepared speeches, and the evaluator. I'll show green card, yellow card, and red card to each speaker to denote that how much time they have left. For table topic speaker, time limit should be 4 to 6 minutes. Sorry. For table topic speaker, time limit should be 1 to 2 minutes. At 1 minute, I'll show green card. At 1 minute 30 seconds, I'll show yellow card. And at 2 minutes, I'll show red card. And for prepared speeches, time limit should be 5 to 7 minutes. Prepared speeches. Okay. So there is no prepared speeches. So I'll not prepared speeches in icebreaker. Okay. So for icebreaker speeches, sorry for that. For icebreaker speeches, a time limit should be 4 to 6 minutes. At 4 minutes, I'll show green card. At 5 minutes, I'll show yellow card. And at 6 minutes, I'll show the red card. For evaluators, time limit should be 2 to 3 minutes. At 2 minutes, I'll show green card. At 2 minutes 30 seconds, I'll show yellow card. And at 3 minutes, I'll show the red card. So all the best to each speakers. And yeah, one more point I want to add. There is a 30-second grace time for each speaker to complete their speeches. Thank you.
Over to you, Timothy. Thank you, Toastmaster Durgesh. Now we have AHA counter, Toastmaster Bhushan. Please come on the stage. Namaste, Bhushan. Thank you.
So good morning. Good morning, Toastmaster, fellow Toastmaster, and yes, today I will be taking the role of hall counter, and I just would like to tell here that when I was attending my first meeting as a guest, one of the Toastmaster was explaining hall counter role, and he was saying not to use the words like and basically active. I was thinking like that. Being the first time, I was thinking these are English words. Why should not I use it? Then I realized that after 3-4 meetings, I realized there is tendency that we use these words more and more and more. And then after that, this word becomes the filler word. So I'll be noting down the words, who is using what type of crush words and how many times they have used. Probably that will help them to understand that what unconsciously they are using what crush word. And maybe next time they speak on the stage, they can reduce those words. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bhushan. And now we have our grammarian Toastmaster Hiren.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster of the day, my fellow members and guests. I will be the grammarian for this meeting, and I will try to take notes of your grammatical mistakes, if any, and I will submit my report at the end of the meeting. Here, my role is to also introduce 2 points. One is word of the day, which is benevolent. Benevolent means kind, friendly, or helpful to others. And how you can use it is that Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam was the Indian benevolent scientist and a benevolent politician. And the phrase of the day today is day in, day out. That means daily, each day. So he sits in his desk working day in, day out. So he sits at his workplace daily. I would recommend that you all use either word of the day or phrase of the day or both during your speech. Sakshi did not tell me, but last time she gave me chocolate when I used word of the day. So I think she might give you, it is her role, and she might give you chocolate next time when you come. So you try to speak those words. Thank you very much.
Thank you, tech team, for giving your role and explain your role. Now we are going to our first session, which is the prepared speeches. And today we have all 3 speakers. They are going to deliver their ice-breaking speech. So I request all the audience to have the standing ovation after completion of their speeches. So first speaker, I would like to invite Toastmaster Hari Pratap. Oh, sorry. Yeah. I'm extremely sorry. Before that, I would like to invite Toastmaster Hari Pratap, evaluator, Toastmaster Jyoti. Hello. Namaste.
Namaste and good morning to all of you. This is the first icebreaker speech of TM Hari Pratap, and I'm going to evaluate his speech. And the way it is his first speech, it is first evaluation for me. Pathway of Hari Pratap, the speech is visionary communication. Level 1, project 1. Project purpose is icebreaker, and speech title is Humpty Dumpty. I request Hari Pratap to come on stage.
When Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall, Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put him together again. Fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests, have you ever fallen? Have you ever broken? I born in a small village called Joram Singhi Dhani in Sikar district of Rajasthan. I did my schooling from my village, and after completing my schooling, I moved to Jaipur for college. By the time I was so introvert that ISO started taking reference from me for developing their standard on introvert. In year 2005, I was middle of 6th layer of screening camp for youth exchange program, where children get a chance to represent India. A thousand of what if in my mind. What if I was not selected for the next level? And what if I'm selected, but I will fail in my college because it's whole year program? The opportunity is too big, but I pursued myself too small. In year 2006, 6 cadets from all over India rewarded to represent with Indian Navy at Mauritius, Kenya, and Seychelles. I was one of them. Ladies and gentlemen, sometime in life, we fall because of our own self-doubt. In 2008, I started my professional journey as a security officer with full of confidence, I face anything, anywhere in the world. After a year, during one of the IGP interviews, my boss asked me, Hari, are you able to handle an overseas position? I replied, sir, make me prime minister, I can run a country also. I reached Dubai, like big dreams like Burj Khalifa. I am dancing on wall of success, just like a Humpty Dumpty, almost 4 years. And after 4 years, whenever I got my performance review, I believe I deserve better. And slowly, year by year, now I began to reside with my 3 best friends. The compare, the criticize, and the complain. Now I isolated my life in between my plate number 808 to work, and in day out, in day in. I don't know what to do. My want is here and my self-belief is here. One fine afternoon, while having lunch alone at my plate, I choked myself with anxiety. My heartbeat is going faster, louder, and I don't know actually what happened with me. I just rushed toward lifts, and when I see someone, I calm down. If my vision is slowly blurring, and I feel that I'm not going to survive. That night, I called my father and I told that is happening in how badly my life is turning out. He said, Hari, are you remember when you broke your leg in accident? I said, yes. He said, what happened after that? I said, it hurt and started to heal. It took approximately 4 or 5 months, but it healed. Then he said, Hari, remember, life breaks you to make you stronger. Ladies and gentlemen, sometime in life, when you break and find the lesson that life is trying to teach us, you can come back stronger. Because your breaking point is your making point. That day I started, I will make full use of my time. I disconnected my TV. I broke off with social media. I moved from my favorite book, Facebook, to actual book. I moved from breaking ice for whiskey to breaking ice for speeches. I joined Toastmaster Club. I joined Professional Club for the security career. Slowly but surely, within the coming times. I became a star of employee out of 3,000 employees, one of the 10 employees. I got the security certification. I got security rewards. And finally, I achieve what I want. My self-doubt transform in self-confidence. My what is transformed in so what. So, Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's men and all the king's horses could not put him together again. But this time, Humpty Dumpty put himself together again, because your breaking point is your making point. Toastmaster of the day.
It was such a wonderful, and still I have that goosebumps in my body. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Hari Pratap, for sharing your life journey. It is 100% inspiring lot of people. Now we have our second speaker. She will be joining online, but before that, I will like to invite her evaluator, Toastmaster Pratik. Namaste.
As our team was informed that our next speaker is Toastmaster Sarika. She has chosen a pathway of effective coaching. This is her level 1 project 1 speech. It is her icebreaker speech, and very well congratulations for that from beginning. And this is that's why the allotted time, this time note, the allotted time is 4 to 6 minutes, and her title of her speech is Stage of My Life. So over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pratik. So let's welcome Toastmaster Sarika for her ice-breaking speech. Toastmaster Sarika, am I audible? Hello? Am I audible? Yeah, please unmute.
Sir, I am unmute.
Okay, you are audible. Am I audible?
Yes.
Thank you very much. Okay, let's welcome Toastmaster Sarika for her ice-breaking speech. Thank you.
Namaste. Namaskar. We all have our own way. We all have our own journey. And that's why I think we all have our own story. Story of our struggle, our failures, and our success. Thank you so much, Vadodara Toastmaster, for giving me this opportunity. So here I am, TM Sarika, to share the shades of my life with you all guys. I born in Kanpur, Uttar Pradesh. I belong to a joint family. I belong to a typical businessman family where it's very difficult to find out in 20 members family who is real cousin and who is a working staff. I am from such type of family where moms never run behind the kids to finish your food, where mans never used to have a fixed time to go or come from the job. I was enjoying the brightness, the bright colors, the pampering of my family as I was the first child of that family. But as I was enjoying, suddenly this bright color is replaced with a gray shade, and I lost my father at the age of 6. I was too young to understand at that time this loss. Maybe because of the support of my beautiful family, the loving family. I start getting extra pampering, love, support from my chachas, uncle, auntie, everyone. The life was continuing journey, started from home to school. I did my study from one of the best school of Kanpur, which is not a source for me to go for learning or get the education, but to only enjoy the life. Because my friend's family is totally different from my family. Their parents are very, and comes in a very cool attire. The moms in a western dresses and dads in a jeans or t-shirt, compared to the member of my family, ladies in sarees and men are always in kurta pajamas. But then also, we all, whatever I never have been learned there, the etiquettes in my family. But what I learned in my family is still with me. Whatever I get from my family, due to which I was able to face any difficult situation till now of my life. Because I was raised by one of the most strong family of this world, I think so. Even you all will agree with that whatever the good qualities or the strong points we all are having directly or indirectly due to, because we all are brought up by one of the wonderful family of this world. That's why we are with our values. So in the same way, my journey was moving in a very smooth way. During the school time, I was not a very good in studies, but I don't know why my teachers always motivate and appreciate me to participate in the speaking skills. With this, the appreciation of the teacher and strong support of my family, unknowingly, good qualities are in building me, like a confidence, give respect, and value the people. Like this, my journey was move on from home to school and school to college. Then the contrast shade came in my life. I moved from Kanpur, UP, to the Gujarat. I got moved from a businessman family to a typical serviceman family because I got married to a man who was doing a job in L&T. Now you all guys can imagine the difference, the contrast which I face. Even I can say which I enjoy. Transfer from a typical businessman family to a serviceman family whose life always run along the time. The difference between the lifestyle of Uttar Pradesh and the lifestyle of Gujarat. But that one thing was still same, and that was the appreciation and support of my husband. He always appreciate for my all the small, uncountable qualities, which makes me to take a very hard decision to do a B.Ed from Navratna University. Hard because it was a bit difficult to do it with the in-laws along with a 2-year daughter. And on top of that, to follow the strict rule of Navratna University of 90% attendance, and the timing was 9 a.m. till 4 p.m. But anyhow, with my family support, I tried to complete it. And the first time in my life, the Navratna University gave me a small wings to fly and make my own identity. And I got the job in a DPS. I worked there hard because again, the struggle, it was very struggling for me. This Sarika Mishra from Kanpur, without facing any responsibility and just enjoying the life, now shift to the world as a Sarika Dubey, where I have to face a challenge every day to take my responsibilities. And the same happened at the DPS. I just learned there, which is a very simple thing, might be for you guys, how to make a PPT, to take a class on a smart board and make a paper presentation, because computer is just like any ghost for me. After all, just collecting, I was enjoying this struggle. My husband informed me that we have to move to US. I collect all the experience from the different shades of my life, and we all moved to the US. As I moved from US, I moved there due to the habit of analyzing. I learned a lot there from my surrounding. And when I come back to India with my 7-month-old boy, I found a very different version of myself. I found a more strong mom who no need to other someone else's decision or the suggestions to take care of my child. A decision maker wife who is enough capable to take the decision what to do and how to do. A lady who is always ready to do something innovative, to take the lead of cultural program of a society along with a family responsibility. But suddenly a one phase comes to my life. The question comes to my life, how much more fun, how much more parties, how much to take care of everyone. What about me? Till what time I will do the free event organization? And that this question always struggles in my mind. And coincidentally, by God grace, I got the reference of Vadodara Toastmaster to my husband. I don't know, I strict come in me that something is going to happen very great with me with this club. Immediately, I have taken the decision to join this club, and here I am, a TM Sarika, just to show my best shade of my talent to the world, and with the guidance of all the Vadodara Toastmaster members to show the best version of Sarika to this world. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sarika. Now we have our third speaker, but before that, I would like to invite Toastmaster Ravi for his role about the evolution of Toastmaster Ashwin. Toastmaster Ravi.
Good morning, everyone. Today, I'm going to evaluate the speech of TM Ashwin. Today, he is going to deliver his icebreaker speech, and he has already made us wow from his AHA counter role. His pathway is innovative planning, and today he is going to deliver his level 1, project 1, level 1 speech. His speech title is Paradigm Shift. I request timer to note that his speech timing is between 4 to 6 minutes. I request everyone to give him standing ovation once he finishes his speech. I best of luck to TM Ashwin. Now over to TMOD.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ravi, and let's welcome Toastmaster Ashwin. Toastmaster Ashwin, Paradigm Shift. Toastmaster Ashwin, namaste. Thank you.
Namaste, everyone. Good morning to fellow Toastmasters and esteemed guests. Paradigm shift. Paradigm shift is the way which changes the fundamental thinking of anything. It changes the whole perspective. I'll run through a story of my life. Till 12th standard, I was in Coimbatore, a typical day scholar. Parents used to tell me, if you create any mischievous behavior, we will put you into hostel. I have instilled a fear, if I go to hostel, my life is going to end. This was the same thing with each and every one of us. As days passed, my 12th standard got over. By the time 12th got over, I was a very introvert person. I can't freely speak to strangers. I was not open-minded or narrow mind. Just typical come from school, have lunch, work, do the homework, watch TV for 30 minutes, and sleep. This was the life till 12th standard. After 12th, the whole scenario changed. The paradigm shift which occurred in my life, I gave my entrance. Then the first round of counseling happened. I went to Bangalore for the counseling, Karnataka. I selected college in Humnabad. Coming out from the counseling room, I googled Humnabad. It's a small town in North Karnataka. I told my parents, I will leave the college, shift me to BCom, I'll join the business. My parents told, try for second round. Second round, I got a college in Bangalore. The address of the college was Hulimau Dodakamannahalli, Bannerghatta Road. By reading the name, I was like, I am stuck. Life has put something hard on me. But the place is the most developed place of Bangalore in current time. I got into my hostel. My hostel name was JATF SP Golecha Jain Hostel. We had 3 mottos in our hostel: Seva, Knowledge, and Economic Empowerment. It was a trust-based hostel. For 6 months of my life, as I was instilled with the behavior that hostels are the worst place of life, I used to go to the mess. I used to have my food. I don't even turn and see who is sitting besides me. Again, I keep my utensils. I come back to my room. This was my behavior for first 6 months. Then I gave a thought. My life is boring. I tried to change the perspective. I met new friends. I made new friends. So we had a strength of 147 people in our hostel. First friend I met was Pratik. What we did, he used to give idea. So basically there were students from each and every field. I was a science background student. We had BCom, CA, CFA, MBA, actuarial science, gemology, everyone. He was in Christ University. How can a small person create an impact in your life? In Kormangla, he was in Christ University. There was a practice of animal sacrifice going on in that temple. Pratik along with Rajat was into journalism. 1 month they did a research homework. What was the practice happening there? With the help of Pandit, they noted down, you need this animal for this thing. They made the whole template. He made the Pandit as his friend. After 1 month, he calls the police and he complains about this. Now comes the big tragedy. The police arrive. 4 people, 4 policemen with 100 of people. The policeman was into this animal practice. He told, now how will you go to college? I will see you. With the help of his contacts, after a full day of ruckus, finally, till now, there is no animal sacrifice practice being made there. This is the impact, how the people think when you come outside of your zone. Coming to the second part, we had many speeches in our hostel. We invite guest speakers. We were so crazy, we invited IPS officer of Bangalore to our hostel for delivering speech. The most inspirational person whom I have heard in my hostel was Motilal Oswal. He is into markets. He told me one thing. Our hostel used to charge us 60,000. What we were thinking, our perspective was at less amount, we are getting good facility. But we are instilled with the behavior. After I graduate, after I earn, there should be a process of learn, earn, return. I'll be learning, I'll be earning, and I'll be returning in a form of building a hostel so that my fellow people will accomplish their goals in their life. So we had many good things in hostel. To name, it can go up to a 12-hour speech, but due to time limitation, I will stop it. Lastly, I will end with one small story which is very emotional to my heart. Coming to paradigm shift, there is always a short story. A father was sitting in a garden. Small children, 2 years and 5-year-old, were playing, quarreling among each other. The people roaming around were thinking that what kind of father is he? He is not making his children stop. Then the people in park complained his father, your children are quarreling, please make them stop and maintain silence. He told, last 1 hour before, her mom passed away and I have come from the funeral and I don't know how to react. This created a shift in the mind of the person and they all stopped, they maintained silence. So whenever it's something, someone tells us something or any junior, senior or colleague, if he tells us, just maintain silence. Don't quarrel, don't back answer. Just maintain patience, silence. As it says, patience and silence are 2 powerful energies. Patience will make you mentally strong. Silence will make you emotionally strong. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ashwin, for such a wonderful journey of your life. I would like to invite our timer for prepared speeches. Toastmaster Durgesh.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nikhil. Toastmaster Hari Pratap took 5 minutes 36 seconds. He is eligible. Toastmaster Sarika took 7 minutes 50 seconds. She is not eligible. Toastmaster Ashwin took 6 minutes 11 seconds. He is eligible. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Ravi, please publish that link
So those who are the new members, you might have joined the group, WhatsApp group. You will get the link. You just do your vote for the best speaker for today. Now, this is our second section that we are going to start. But before that, I ask one question, and Madam is going her thoughts about difference between Namaste, Namaskar, and Pranayam. Yes, Madam. Can you please share something? Okay. Oh, yeah. You are very close. What I found from Google, Baba, the difference. Namaste, it means when we do have the individual greetings, we usually say Namaste one-on-one, while our Gitanjali ma'am always start Namaskar. So when we have a large audience, we should not say Namaste, rather we should say Namaskar, and it has the different, like Namaskaram, different language. And the Pranam, it means when we do offer our respect to God or any supreme power. Over there, we use this word pranam. So though the meaning essence is same, but it has the different, situation where we can use this word. Now let's welcome our table topic master, Toastmaster Gitanjali, for our second section. Namaste, ma'am.
Namaste.
Thank you very much.
Namaskar and my soulful greetings to each one of you. I welcome you all in my table topic segment. Dear members, whomsoever I will invite on the dais to present his or her short speech of 1 to 2 minutes, please come with a valuable smile on the dais. Your beautiful smile not only increase or enhance your inner confidence, but also it will upright the mood of the meeting, club meeting. We are working day in and day out to improve our persona. This is the perfect place which helps us improve our hidden skills. Timer, please note, each speaker will present his or her speech for 1 to 2 minutes, 30 seconds extra, as you already mentioned. Speakers, please use 30 seconds before presenting yours. Let us start this segment with great bang. Let me invite, first of all, our one legendary speaker is none other than Toastmaster Kirit. Please welcome Toastmaster Kirit on the line. Sir, are you using, Namaskar, Namaste sir. Sir, are you using GPT? Chat GPT, I mean.
Somebody told me last week.
Do you think this Chat GPT is a creativity booster or creativity?
There are a lot of things talked about ChatGPT, and I was introduced to ChatGPT by Toastmaster Sakshi last time, and she explained me the whole thing. Then I tried at home also. Now let me tell, the creativity is a state of mind, state of human being inherent, and ChatGPT tries to mimic that most efficient way. But let me tell you, as our ancient science says, there is a first-person experience when you think something or when you create something. Very first-person experience, which is only to you. ChatGPT will produce thoughts, but the personal experience which you have, it will never be replicated by them. Computers will never be able to do the inner feeling, inner emotion which you feel while talking about subject will not be imitated. The ChatGPT, yes, for the beginners who have lots of ideas, probably can use that to spark the creativity in them. And once the creativity sparks, you should leave ChatGPT and try your own creation. It can write poems, it can write poetry, it can paint. But that poetry point is not out of their heart. It is out of the lot of data available to them in Google and just put together. But you should have your own data. Life is all about your own data, not what you learn or what you copy from the world. So I urge ChatGPT should be used to ask the creative inside you. That's how I look at it.
Thank you, sir. Yes. Now, I would like to invite our one of the guests who has come here from 10 o'clock, Yashraj. Please welcome him with a loud round of applause. Life is a challenge. It's a very common notion. Do you agree or disagree? Why?
So life is a challenge. I would like to ask everyone what you feel. Is it a challenge or not? Anyone? Yes, it's definitely a challenge as the life is not easy for everyone. I would say not easy. We can say the exception of money as he has a lot of money. It could be easy, but still it's not for them also. I would like to share a small story of myself, how life was not easy for me. Like I was in 10th standard and I wanted to opt for commerce, but I was scared of engineering, I would say. But my mentors, my relatives, my cousins suggested me to go for science as there were more options and other pathways which I could go and experience other things and explore myself. When I came to 11th, there was lockdown. And again, life was very challenging to attend classes online and do worksheets and be concentrated while having phone in our hand, which is really not an easy task to many of us. But I cope up with it and I passed 12 and I'm currently doing my engineering from MSU, a very well-known institute. So life was challenging, but we have to accept it and go with it and solve the challenge and achieve the victory.
Very good. Well done. Now, I want to invite one of our esteemed guests today. She's none other than Toastmaster Sanjukta. Please welcome her with a loud round of applause. Namaskar. Madam, given a chance, would you like to visit Alien Land? Alien Land. Thank you, Table Topic Master, and good morning, everyone. Good morning. Alien Land, well, I am a solo traveler and I love traveling. Even in my dreams, I travel. So why not? I mean, in the Alien Land, the first thing I would want to do is to try and see how does the gate look like. Now, we have some old movies where we see, the Hell's Gates. Is it something similar? Is it as decorated as that? It's generally very decorated. The architecture is good. It's a very benevolent gesture if somebody sponsors this journey to Alien Land, because I'm sure it's going to be expensive. Life has its own challenges. We don't want to increase any expenses. Here, day in, day out, I always dream that, yes, somebody gives me a good itinerary about going to Alien Land and meeting all the different families or the dynasties of aliens that we might have. So, why not move ahead, keep dreaming. And, these imaginations, these signals of such topics only give you that rejuvenation while you are in life with your challenges or not with your challenges. But be positive and keep communicating. That's the table of conversation. So I think it's well done. Now, I just want to call one of the tender member of our club. Is none other than Toastmaster Janki. Please welcome her with a loud round of welcome. Namaste. Toastmaster Janki, do you believe that beauty lies in the eyes of beholder? Beauty lies in the eyes of beholder. Toastmaster Janki.
Namaskar to one and all present here. Yeah, beauty lies in the eyes of. Can I say? Yeah.
Often we heard about that failures are the pillar of success, but you always feel afraid of
Yeah. Yeah. What I believe is, yes, of course, failures are the pillar of success. We always afraid to become failure, but by having more and more failures, we can have more success. As we have more number of failures, we are stepping up towards the success, more towards the success. So by having mistakes, by having failures, do learn from that mistake, write, note down the failures and learn from the mistakes to become the success.
Now, another guest, Madam Megha. Megha, please welcome her with a loud round of applause. Namaste. Madam, do you believe in hard work or smart work? Why?
I believe in hard work as well as smart work, but you have to give your 100%. At least at the end of the work, you are satisfied with your efforts that you have put to finish that work. So your satisfaction should be there at the end of the work.
You must use minimum 1 minute. So, now, it's the time to call another very esteemed guest of our club. She is none other than Toastmaster Neha Bhatt. If I am mistaking about your age, sorry. Welcome, madam. Namaste. Fears have 2 days. Notion. Forget everything and run. The second one, face everything and ride. Which one you prefer?
Good morning, fellow Toastmasters. We all fear when we are here or when we are not here and somewhere else as well. Fear of speaking, fear of darkness, fear of height, fear of water, and whatnot. Do we run out of our fears with a raise of hands? Okay. Those who have raised your hands are not fearful, let me tell you, because you've raised your hand. Because we all have fears and we all at times have run out of those fears. But it's always good to face those fears and challenge our own self, because you never know what courage you have within yourself when you come out of that situation. May that be coming here and speak. May that be. So I have a fear of darkness for everyone's knowledge. And I quite a time challenge myself to be courageous in the dark. And that's where I come out a little bit, step by step, gradually out of that fear. So I think by facing your own fears, you be more powerful, more courageous, and more confident than running out of it. Thank you.
Very nicely explained. How many I can take? One. So, madam, please come. Please welcome Madam Nikita. Nikki. Please welcome her. Here is a topic for you, Madam Nikki. Do you think overthinking kills the creativity?
Okay. Namaskar, everyone. I do think overthink can kill the creativity because I do it every day in doing everything. Using my phone, be it taking the class, deal with students, deal with parents, anything. I overthink all the time. I got married last year, and even with talking to my in-laws, I overthink. And because of that reason, half of the day I'm silent in the house. And they are worried what happened to her. What are we doing? What is our issue? And that is creating a lot of tension in our house. So I think overthinking is killing my creativity and lots of my time, because 50% of the time I'm just thinking that, is there any issue? Should I talk or should I not talk? What should I talk? How should I talk? And this all overthinking can ruin everything, even with your parents, with your friends, and with your colleagues, because so many of you are doing jobs. So overthinking can kill the creativity, because then you are worried about the results. And sir, said in the beginning that deadlines and results give us stress. So overthinking is part of that. You are thinking about the result, and that will give you the stress. So I think overthinking kills the creativity. So yeah, thank you.
Very nicely. With this, yes, my segment has come to an end. So you have seen that how wonderfully the typical topic speakers have expressed their views on the topic. So thank you so much for your wonderful thoughts sharing with us. With this, my segment has come to an end. I hand over this stage to our very esteemed speaker.
Thank you, madam. It was such a wonderful topic, and lot of new things came out. Now it's time for our timer. Like how many? Like let's see for the voting who are the eligible. Toastmaster Durgesh.
Table topic speakers who are eligible, who are not eligible, is one member, is guest Megha. She's not eligible. Other than that, every other members are eligible. Thanks.
Thank you, Toastmaster Durgesh. Okay, our second section is completed. Now we are going to our third section, and that will be the evaluation section. And I would like to invite our general evaluator, Toastmaster Kuldeep. Please have a welcome, Toastmaster Kuldeep. Namaste.
Hello everyone, my name is Toastmaster Kuldeep, and I am your general evaluator for the day. My job today is to evaluate everything that goes on in the meeting and everything that does not happen at the meeting as well. So I will be taking notes, and I will be presenting my final report towards the end of the meeting. So, but before we do that, I would like to call upon our speech evaluators, the guys that evaluate the prepared speakers for our guests. And I would like to call upon them one by one to share their insights and give some feedback to our speakers. I would like to start with Toastmaster Jyoti, who is the evaluator of Toastmaster Hari Pratap's speech. Please come up, Toastmaster.
Namaste and good afternoon to everyone. First of all, evaluation is not an easy task. I realized that today it's very difficult to listen and evaluate somebody. Congratulations to Hari Pratap. You were super awesome and you had a great speech. His speech was absolutely very, very inspiring. You make us visualize your overall journey. And I personally feel that there is a two C's in any speech makes a good speech. Number one is the content of the speech, and the second one is the connect with the audience. Content was super awesome. You're very precise, very precise, and at the same time, he was giving message in his speech in every sentence. He used many good sentences, like your breaking point is your making point. You justified the title of the speech. You used your personal examples, which helps you to get connect with the audience, and we all were involved in your speech. That's a very good point. And confidence level was very good. I could never visualize that you had a self-doubt because you are self-confident in your speech, and you come out as a self-confident person. And from self-doubt to self-confidence, that was the example, and which makes me help in visualizing everything. And to be very honest, I could not find any mistakes or any weak points, but there is a scope of improvement which you can consider in your next speeches. First of all, this is your first speech, so I feel it's a because I remember my ice-breaking speech. I was very I thought many things, but I could not, I could not present that. But you did it very well, so very well done. And I felt people got connected with you. You have that strong ability in you. So you could have used more questions that will help you to take your speech into the next level. That's the only point which you can take into consideration in your next speeches. Otherwise, it was overall a powerful speeches, and you had a very, very audible voice. People could listen to you very properly, and the words are also very clear. So there was a clarity, confidence, good body language, everything was there. So use your connect, sense of the connect next time in your next speech. Otherwise, many, many congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jyoti, for your lovely evaluation. I do agree with you that Toastmaster Hari Pratap's speech was quite good. So I would like to call upon our second evaluator of the day, who is Toastmaster Pratik, a very funny guy of our club, only second to Toastmaster Hiren. And he will be evaluating Toastmaster Sarika's speech today. Icebreaker speech.
First of all, very congratulations to Toastmaster Sarika for breaking the ice. It was a very wonderful icebreaker speech, as my point of view. I have categorized the review in the three sections. First thing is where you excelled at. Second is you may want to work on, and third is to challenge yourself. Let's begin with the excellence which I found in your speech. First of all, you are confident. Confidence is a key in a speaking event. When people don't want to listen to the person who is not even a confident, and you had a very plus point. That was the first thing I noticed about you. Your facial expressions were very good. You were observed always smiling. As I can say, happy faces are more accepted by the audience. That was also the plus point. The second best quality I noticed is your hand gesture. Your hands were not closed all the time. You are giving hand gesture in every possible way in your speech. That was a very good sign. And that is very well welcomed by the audience also. The third best thing I found was the command over language. Many of the first speaker might have a little bit difficulty in the saying in your first speech, but you have very good command over language. That indicates that you have to step up less steps to become a very good public speaker. So that was the things where you are very well excelled at. Now I'm going forward. There are some things you may want to work on. First, the most obvious thing I noticed was the eye contact. Although you are in the online speaking speech, but you are not looking at the camera very much. You can enhance that. It is very much easily achievable for anyone, but it is more effective when you see in person's eyes. I don't know if you come here and give your speech, you might have a better eye contact because there are multiple people around here. But that was also a thing you may work on. And I also noticed sometimes your voice change. In public speaking, there is a very first mistake. When you try to speak, you breathe from the mouth. It is a thing when you breathe from the mouth, your mouth gets less moisturized, and that's why your voice changes. Instead of breathing from the mouth, try to breathe from the nose. In nose, you have a tissue which moisturizes the air, so your throat don't get, less wet, I believe. And other thing that I noticed, uh, one single gesture was shown very multiple times. Your hand gesture, there was one single gesture that was showing multiple times, but you can enhance that. Whenever you do a gesture, it complements to the content what you are saying. If that is the matching, then you have a very best gesture, I believe. And moving forward to challenge yourself, I have already said you have a good voice modulation, and for that reason, I will suggest you to enhance that ability more, because that impacts your speech far more better. For example, I can say to study the speech of Toastmaster Gitanjali or Sanchita ma'am. They have a very good voice modulation as my part, because I always learn from them. So, and one and last more thing, just complete in time. Your content was very good. You had so much to say, and that's why you ended up having a more time in your speech. So work on that, and you will get a very good speaker, I believe. So that's what evaluation I got. One to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pratik, for that evaluation. But I want to ask you, why were you so serious in this evaluation? Very, very. Sorry. Okay. Okay, Toastmaster Pratik's very crisp and articulate, very serious as well. Evaluation was very good. Thank you for that. And for our last evaluator of the day, he's none other than our star. He's always in the background generally, but today he's decided to take a role at the front, and he's going to be evaluating Toastmaster Ashwin. Please come to the stage. Okay.
Good morning, everyone again. First of all, congratulations to TM Ashwin for completing his icebreaker speech. You talked about your life journey. As icebreaker speech, you are allowed to use script, but you didn't use, which was the best thing. You didn't fumble in your entire speech, which shows your practice to make the speech perfect. The best thing about your speech is a stage usage and body movement. You covered entire stage with purposeful movement and your hand gestures. You talked about two most powerful tools, patience and silence. Your voice was clear and audible. We all were for us. It is very easy to hear your voice. Now, the speech was good, but to take the speech to another level, I have few suggestions. First is a structure of speech. Any speech should have three parts: introduction, body, and conclusion. Introduction is where you introduce your speech. Body is where you talk in depth in speech. And the most important part is conclusion, where you conclude your speech. Second thing is interaction. You could have added few questions about paradigm shift to interact with audience, to make them feel involved in the speech. And the last thing is the eye contact. Your eye contact was mainly on the floor and this part of area. You can watch on mirror and try to increase your eye contact. Overall, good speech. Just keep these few suggestions in mind, and you will rock the stage next time. Again, very congratulations to TM Ashwin for completing his icebreaker speech. Over to TM OD. Sorry, G. Namaste.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ravi. That was a good evaluation, and you spoke quite loudly, which is quite good as well. So I would like to call upon our timer, Toastmaster Durgesh, come to the stage and give his report.
All the evaluators are eligible. They have completed their evaluation in time. So kudos to all evaluators. Over to you.
Mustache. All right, so we're moving on to the next session. This is a table topic evaluation. And Sanchita, I believe, is not available currently. So she's disconnected. So Toastmaster Tarun would be filling in for a while. I'd like to hand it over to Toastmaster Tarun as the table topic evaluation.
Thank you, G. Since this role was played by TM Sanchita because of some technology, she has got disconnected. So I will not be able to go into individual speakers evaluation. I will just give an overview evaluation of CT. So first of all, I would like to congratulate TM Gitanjali for bringing out such nice topics of table topics. CT is a part of Toastmaster which enhances your impromptu skill, right? The stage fear, which is inherent with all of us, it is the first step where you can come to the stage and be a good speaker. Just it removes your fear. So I congratulate TM Gitanjali for giving such wonderful topics. Coming to the speakers, she did a good job by mixing up experienced speakers as well as guest speakers. Started with experienced speakers so that people coming as guests would know. Like, so few things which I would like to share as an evaluator is whenever you are speaking for any impromptu speech, as she already mentioned, that give 30 seconds to yourself to think on the topic. Greet the audience with good morning, good afternoon, and then just maybe apply your own story to that topic. Try to relate the topic with your own story for 30 seconds or 45 seconds. So with that, it will be very easy to complete the timing. You would have seen TM Kirit, TM Sanchukta, TM Neha, and guest Nikki. I think they spoke very well. They were apt to the topic. They did good justice to the topic, and they were on the requirement of what a good speaker should need. Only I will like to maybe I will just try to highlight guest Neha and again TM Janki again. When a topic is given, just give a thought. Like the topic was not so hard. I think we can add stories. We can start with some maybe examples, and then the story can be later. So maybe just few things to keep in mind as a table topic speaker. Give some time to yourself, greet the audience, put your personal story, and definitely you can do it for 1 minute for sure. Thank you, and over to you, G.
Thank you, Toastmaster Tarun, for your lovely evaluation. So now we're moving on to the tag team evaluation. So this is the team that works in the background. They make every meeting a success by working in the background, and without their feedback, we cannot really improve. They ensure the quality of the club to a large extent. So without further ado, I'd like to call up our AHA counter, Toastmaster Bhushan, to give his reports.
Namaste. Thank you. So coming back to the filler words uses, what we have done, it is like making the upper speech is like a recipe. That if we put it proper time, it will be good. If we put it more, it will not taste, but it will be maybe spicy, maybe salty, something like that. I have tried to note down. And coming to the good things about this speeches or when our Toastmaster spoke at the stage. Hari Pratap, Sarika, Ashwin, Kirit sir, Sanjukta ma'am, Gitanjali ma'am, Tarun, Nikhil. They done excellent, and there was no rush words observed. With respect to the Ashwin speech, he did not use any crush words, but I observed that something conscious pauses which he has taken. I thought he has taken the conscious pause to omit those crush words. That was one of the good thing I observed. Tarun, the only one thing I noted it that something you ended one sentence something like that. So it was something. I think it is my personal opinion. I'm not sure whether it is right or wrong, but we should be definite about our sentences. And similar to that, Nikhil, all these things, lot of things, I did not understand what that meant, or it could be better. Then I have seen the benevolent use of
so and aha. So it is starting with Hiren. There are a lot of so has been used in your speech. It was nice speech. I mean, it was nice to hear you always. But I saw so and aha, aha, that kind of things. Again, Nikhil, few so into Nikki's, then two into Kuldeep. Similarly, aha was observed into Ravi, Pratik, Jyoti, Kuldeep, Durgesh, Nikhil. That's it. So coming to this is my observation. Hope we can note this first word, put into our means. We can note this word, and when we deliver the next speech, our speech can be taken to the next level by improving our speech and omitting those words. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bhushan, for your report on the oohs and ahs and the exact detail of each member's usage. So, before I move on, I would like to call upon our grammarian for the day, Toastmaster Hiren, who is a very funny member of our club, probably the funniest member there is. He has been listening for the good usage of language and where we can improve. So he will be giving his report now.
Thank you, Mr. General Evaluator. Good afternoon, everyone. As a grammarian, I try to listen to the speech. Usually, whenever my wife demands something from me, I pretend that I'm on checking some emails, or I try to say that let us change the discussion. And she would say that you better be a good listener. So when Mr. President gave me this role that you be a grammarian, I immediately took up that role because being a grammarian, you can improve upon your listening skills. So thank you, Mr. President, for that. I would say that I was definitely listening very carefully, and I observed some grammatical mistakes. So I would start with Toastmaster of the day, that I think you are speaking, you know very much, and you mentioned that to have the standing ovation, I am extremely sorry. We don't have to say sorry when we are on the stage, so that's what I would say. And goosebumps in my body, but you are showing hair-raising experience, so that was little contradiction between these two. Then Toastmaster Jyoti, you could not finish the sentence otherwise, and then you say otherwise very well or very good speech, but you just mentioned that very congratulations. So you should have completed that sentence. With Toastmaster Hari Prasad, I really like many things that you mentioned. What if is changed to so what? And you fall because of self-doubt. And are you able to take care of overseas? So that was some mistake that I thought that you can improve upon. Would you be able to take care of that? That could be a better English. I would say that Toastmaster Pratik, you mentioned very well, congratulations, and very much easily, or so that can be avoided, just congratulations and easily. Toastmaster Sarika mentioned that contrast tapped in. That was very nice use of language that I like. And Toastmaster Ravi, you mentioned already made us wow. So I already made us felt wow. That might be a little better way to explain. Toastmaster Gitanjali, I would not say anything because she herself was a principal and she used the word of the day, and I think you use phrase of the day also. And the Toastmaster Kirit, maybe probably his language, English, would be a first language when he was in Muscat, so he did not make any mistakes on that. Toastmaster Janki, I like the word that you mentioned, I mean sentence that you mentioned, that write down from your failures, write down notes from your failures, so that was very nice thing. Lastly, I would say that our president told me to praise about our DTM Toastmaster Neha. So I would say that she probably she was given topic beforehand. So instead of making table topic, she made it like a speech. So that was very nice. what I liked was that she mentioned that those who has raised hand, they are not fearful. I know my head, so I'm definitely not fearful, and I am going to tell that to my wife. I hope she will listen to me. Thank you. Very good.
Hello, everyone. So we have heard what all the evaluators have said, particularly Toastmaster Hiren. And now I have some comments about the meeting as a whole as your general evaluator. So let's start with the beginning. The meeting, so the equipment was set up on time. Toastmaster Ravi, who's our star, he was here on time and he had everything ready. Toastmaster Gitanjali was also here, and we were prepared. We had the board ready and everything. But unfortunately, we have to address the elephant in the room. A lot of people came late. This club has a reputation for being very punctual. We start on the minute and we try to end on the minute as well. So guys, please, then the next meeting, let's come in at least, if you're speakers or you're taking up a role, come in at least 15 minutes before, right? The meeting started on time. The presiding officer, Nikhil, and Tarun were here, and all the guest introductions were made. And if I may add, the book of the day done by Toastmaster Hiren, he actually listened to the guest introductions, and he even advised guest Nikki about reading that book on chimpanzees, and how that showed that he was listening. We had an issue. Frankly speaking, this is the first time I'm seeing it happen. We had an issue with filling the roles because there were some changes, but that I could understand because it's on spot. So Toastmaster Nikhil was the keynote of the day. He explained the theme well. It was Namaste. He emphasized it many times. He took us through the journey of when it started and how we should use it now. The TM Durgesh, I have to commend him, who was the timer for the day. He took up the role at the last minute, I felt, and there were slight mistakes, but that I think is because he had to take it at the last minute. So that is there. And all the guests knew the proper layout through Toastmaster Nikhil about the format of the meeting and how it's going to proceed. Toastmaster Hiren, who was our grammarian as well, he properly introduced the word of the day and the phrase of the day, and he did it with his own sense of humor. So everyone remembered that. So I will be evaluating the evaluators because no one evaluates them. So yeah. Toastmaster Jyoti, she introduced Hari Pratap's speech properly, but I felt that she did not have that voice modality. This is something even I am guilty of, and you got stuck on the stage here. You could have moved around a bit, but otherwise it was a good evaluation. Toastmaster Pratik, he was evaluating Sarika's speech. It was very concise and very crisp, and it was very unlike him because he generally puts his own dose of humor as well. But very good. But you were stuck here as well. You could have moved around a bit. And this is something that all the evaluators I feel must do. Is whenever you're evaluating anyone, like you're evaluating Hari Pratap, you have to speak to him in the third person because it's a benefit for the whole club. You cannot say you. Okay. TM Ravi, good voice clarity. It carried right to the end, and again, you have to refer to your speaker in the third person, so everyone can benefit from that. And you also didn't use the stage, but otherwise it was a good evaluation. Coming to table topic master, Gitanjali ma'am. Very difficult to find someone that's very difficult to find mistakes in. And she actually she gave interesting topics like ChatGPT, smart work versus hard work, something that everyone could relate to. So, Toastmaster Kirit was speaking about ChatGPT, and that is a generation thing to some extent. And we had a slight issue with the original table topic evaluator, who was Toastmaster Sanchita. So that is a technical glitch. Maybe it's from her end. I believe it's from her end at least. So Toastmaster Tarun, our president, stepped in and he filled the role. So there was no. It was a very smooth transition, even on spot. TM Bhushan, I just felt that you were good, but you were a bit low energy today for some reason. I don't know why. So that is my report for the day as the general evaluator. I would just like to emphasize that perhaps this is the most important thing, that we should come on time, because whenever someone is speaking on the stage for the guests, if someone comes in at the last minute, it's going to disturb them and throw them off. So let's be more punctual from the next meeting. And I would like to hand it over to the team word of the day, Toastmaster Nikhil. Oh, sorry, my bad. My bad.
So we are at the final stage of our meeting, is a conclusion of our theme, Namaste. I felt I make little discomfort, including me, to do Namaste, because we have this habit. But as we discussed, lot of things, lot of significance of this word Namaste. I started with the story of Rajubai, and I would like to end our meeting with another story. This is the historical story, ma'am, you might be knowing. It's a story of Golden Buddha. The temple, it is there in Bangkok, Thailand. Anybody has visited that? Sir has visited, madam has. So you might have, you might be having knowledge about the history of that Golden Buddha temple. There is a statue of more than 10 feet, I guess. It is made by pure gold, solid gold. So there is a history behind that particular temple. Back in the 15th or 14th century, there was no Thailand, there was no country. Like at that time, there was a ruling and king and all this structure were there. During that time, the Burmese people, the Burma and the other part of that particular region, they used to attack these people. And these are the small communities. They did not have much army like the giant Burmese army. And now and then they attack this particular region and they loot their wealth, their gold and everything. So that king and the people, like they decided, every time this Burmese people came and they loot our wealth, what we can do, how we can preserve this all, whatever the gold, whatever the wealth that we have. Then that king has suggested one idea. What they have done, they collected all the gold from all the village or the kingdom, put into that, because they have the ornament, it means we assume they have goldsmiths also during that time. They put all the gold in the furnace and make the 10-foot statue of Buddha. And now, okay, still, how they can preserve that Buddha? Because it is highly chance that this Burmese army came to know, oh, this is the entire gold is there. Second thing. So what they have done, they put clay at the outer side of that statue. So nobody will have any knowledge about that actual gold which is there inside. But that statue seems as a clay. It's made by clay. Nobody can get the actual gold which is inside there. You won't believe. In nowadays, if we calculate the wealth, it is around $200 million total cost of that particular 10-foot long statue. It has weight. It was a story of 14th or 15th century. People attack and a lot of generation has been changed. In 1954, they have a monastery over there. So, and I guess this country development, all this started in 1954. So government has decided to relocate that particular temple because they want to develop their particular
region. And that head monk also agreed, okay, whatever the location was not proper, they want to relocate that statue to the proper location where they can develop the entire temple and everything. When they started pulling up this one, the statue, and they found, oh my God, it's so heavy. People thought, even the 1950s, nobody will have the knowledge that there is gold within there, inside the statue. So they did not have proper calculation to pull that with the JCB or something, and people started pulling, nobody can lift that, you know. And then someone just broke that clay and they found the light with the small gap. And then after they just removed clays and they found, oh, this is the actual gold statue. I think, can you please see that? So I think there are two statues over there, right? Sir, correct, sir? Yeah, one will be like this. This is the another one, and the first one, this is the actual 10 feet. This is the actual statue which is made by pure gold. And why I shared this story, because this is really very much relatable to our thing, Namaste, that initially we discussed the spiritual aspect. We all are something like this statue. We have the clay which is outside, the clay of our procrastination, clay of our unclarity, clay of our laziness. But actual gold, that spirit which is there with everyone, we just need to break that clay to experience that spirit, that experience that divine power within us. And that is the ultimate way to achieve our dream, achieve our goals. That is what the first thing, but it is the ultimate way to get the peace and the happiness in our life. With this, I would like to hand over dice to our presiding officer, Toastmaster Tarun. And once again, everyone, namaskar.
Thank you, Timur. We once again come to end of one more knowledgeable and interesting meeting for today. But before we end, as usual, based on my habit, I will have one or two things to share. So first thing about today's speeches, they were all excellent. All the speakers mostly talked about success, how they came out of their failures, comfort zone, and achieved success. So I was just reading one of the sayings like, failure does not come from falling down. Failure does not come from falling down, but it comes when you fail to rise again. So whenever you find something which is not leading to your successful, just don't go under depression or don't think that is the end, but rise again and you would be successful. Second thing which I would like to highlight is Nikki, she said that, sir. So like Sakshi, when she joined, she gave us first speech and then she wrote me, sir, can you share your feedback on my evaluation? So first thing I told that, here when we are in Toastmasters, we don't designate with sir and like we are all TM, Tarun, TM, everything. So we don't go by age, because today I may be evaluating you. It may be a chance that tomorrow you will be evaluating me. So Toastmaster is such a platform that everyone learn together, grow together. So we don't designate here with sir. So it is TM. That is one thing. Now we have still 4 minutes. Yeah, I will like to have feedback from guests, like if they can share few things like how the meeting went. If anyone would like to contribute, yeah, please. Yeah.
First of all, thank you so much, especially to Nikhil. I was in connect with him since a couple of days and asking about how this institution works and how to connect with that. So thanks, Nikhil, first of all. And thank you so much, all the speakers who has gave a wonderful speech on different topics. I think that is my first experience being a part of Toastmasters team, and I learned a lot from day one itself. I mean, the way it processed very nicely. I mean, how somebody can evaluate, how somebody can give his or her feedback about so that another person can improve. So I think these are the things which really nice. Just wanted to add one thing with your permission of TM. So I think the namaskar, what you talked about, right? There is one thing when you talked about Raju Bhai's story, right? There is one important thing which we missed upon that. There's a hidden crux of is a discipline, right? So it's not about why he was doing namaskara. The only thing is he was disciplined that he used to do namaskara on day in, day out. He has not missed anywhere, right? Everybody knows Bruce Lee, right? Okay, I need not to tell. Bruce Lee has said very nicely that I'm not afraid about that multiple moves which you have tried once. I'm afraid about that one move which you are trying daily, right? So that is something, a discipline which really plays a very important role. So saving Rajubhai is not just a namaskar, it's about the discipline what he has maintained regularly from day one to tell that particular day and probably later on based on the story. So that's one thing which I wanted to add into. So great, really nice feeling, and would love to be a part of this institution here on as well. And it's really inspiring, motivating, as well as helping us to learn a lot. And the most important piece, what you mentioned is continuous growth and the learning, right? So thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Thanks to us.
Okay.
Namaskar. I first time used this Toastmaster. So I used to go in Art of Living Satsang. You heard about that. And that was amazing and full of joy. But I feel that this is a more higher level Satsang. See, even I feel that even I can do. I never felt that. I always think, no, my English is not good. Even my kids speak very nice English because they brought in Dubai. So I always think, I can, but I feel today, yes, I can also do. So I think this is more higher level satsang, and I am very much grateful. And this is very inspiring and motivating. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guest, for your wonderful feedback. Now, as a token of appreciation, we felicitate speakers as well as evaluators with small certificate based on the voting. So I would like to call upon T. Modi to present the certificates for today.
So we have our first certificate, best prepared speaker. I think it's a close competition. Toastmaster Hari Pratap.